Good afternoon. Hi, everyone. I guess it's been about 7, 8 weeks since we last spoke. About 7, 8 weeks ago when we started this, we were getting ready for the pandemic, and things have gone pretty good in the building so far as people cooperating, et cetera. But it's been a frustrating situation. I know some people are a little edgy right now, being locked in the house literally for the last couple of months. So I just want to go over a couple of different subjects. If this is good, I would appreciate if most of the people that are watching can watch to the end, because there's a lot of different information I'll be giving you. I have a lot of different notes here, and I want to get the message across. First of all, the board of directors, we've been meeting via conference call every couple of weeks. We can't meet in person based on the rules, regulations, and obviously, what's going on. So we've been doing that. We do plan on meeting, hopefully, not this week, a week from, I'm hoping Tuesday. We're going to set chairs up very far apart in the community room and try to talk about certain things. We haven't voted on anything, so no one's missing any votes. The only thing I did was I did deem an emergency vote. We fixed the drain in the back. As you could see where the service road is, that drain was sinking. So we had that repaired for $2,500 a couple of weeks ago, and if anybody noticed it, they did a great job. So that's the only thing we voted for so far. As far as voting goes, as I'm sure you know, many of you do know, we could vote, and we have to ratify our next open meeting. When our next open meeting is going to be, I'm really not sure, but I don't foresee it happening for at least several more months. We're not going to start putting groups of people into the community room and start discussing matters. So in the meantime, if anybody has any questions for any board members or the board itself, feel free to either contact the manager, or you see the box out near the doorman outside. You can put notes in there, and we'll be sure, I'm more than glad to read them and to answer your questions, okay, if you have any questions or concerns. We've done quite a few things to lock down the building. We haven't allowed a lot of different types of contractors in the building, real estate agents, cleaning personnel. We haven't allowed any contractors to do renovations. Deliveries, as you know, have been in the basement. You have to pick the food up, and we'll go through that in a second. But first, let me start here. First, let me start by saying thank you very, very much to the residents. You've been tremendously cooperative. I get copies of our security reports every day, and it's been tremendous. Everybody's been very cooperative, very nice. And has gone along with everything that we're doing fairly well. There's what I call the believers and the non-believers, okay, and I'll get into that in a second, okay? But let me also thank the employees. Let me thank the employees for, and you'll find out why in a few seconds from now. A lot of these guys are working 16-hour shifts, okay? We're doing things in the building now that we've never done before. I know I'm repeating myself from last time, but I'll go through it again. We are, cleaning the buttons in the elevators, the laundry rooms, the door handles, on and on and on. We're refilling the machines to sanitize our hands, and we're trying to keep the building as clean as possible. In addition to this, we're trying to aid and help as many residents as we can. And again, whether it's with food or whether it's keeping the place clean, there's a lot of extra work being put into the building, and most of the employees have been very, very cooperative. So I want to thank the employees, okay? I also want to thank some of the residents, and I took a little poll. We have about 6 different residents here that have so graciously and very appreciatively have bought the employees' food here. Some of these residents on several occasions have bought them food, anything from pizzas to sandwiches to a variety of different food, okay? I was going to mention some of the residents by name, but some of the residents would prefer to be kept anonymous, okay? But, of course, the employees know who bought them food, and so does the board of directors. So we'll keep your name secretive, but I want to bring it out. Thank you so much. That is so nice, so thoughtful. And I have to tell you, the employees appreciate it more than you can imagine. That some of the guys joke that, hey, too bad you were off yesterday. We had some great foods, and some of the guys were upset. Okay, I've actually seen a couple of guys actually come in on their day off to get the food. All right, so thank you so much. It's so nice of you. Okay, and the association, in addition to that, has done a few things for the employees. We bought some food here last week, and we've done some other things to show our appreciation. regarding the COVID situation in the building, as of right now, to give you a report, to our knowledge, and I have to say to our knowledge, there are no residents in the building that are presently quarantined or have COVID-19, okay? That's to our knowledge, okay? Regarding employees, so we can, immediately address the rumors of the things that go on regarding employees. We did have 3 employees that contracted the COVID-19. One employee has been back now for about 2 weeks now. Another employee is still out because we keep him out longer than they're supposed to be. He's fine. He's okay. Feels great for a couple of weeks. He should be back next week. And our third employee, again, he's fine. He's doing well. And he should also be back next week. We keep everybody out about 3 to 4 weeks, usually once they contract it. So that's really basically the whole thing. And that's very, very sad. And believe it or not, these are employees, to my knowledge, really have very little contact with residents here. And how they contracted it, we have absolutely no idea. All right. So thank you to them. So based on those 3 employees, and that's why I want to go into the overtime and what's happened here. You had 3 employees that contracted this. You have 1 employee. I'm not going to go through who it is because legally I can't start telling you what employees, and I can't legally tell you what's going on. Medically, as we all know, that's the HIPAA laws and everything else. We have 1 employee where his wife is losing her eyesight, so he had to take a leave of absence temporarily, okay? We have another employee here that was riding his bicycle home about 5-6 weeks ago, and unfortunately got hit by a car, and I believe he broke his shoulder. All right, so he's been out of work. And we had another employee that wasn't feeling well. It wasn't COVID-19 related. So when you start having 5-6 employees out here, in addition to some of the vacations that some of them are taking, it's put tremendous pressure on the working staff here. And we had, I think not last week, the week before last, I know we had 150 hours of overtime in the building. So it's put a lot of pressure on the overtime. You have a lot of employees here working, double shifts. You have Chris Murphy working, God forbid, there's a water leak at night, which we had an incident last week with some water problems regarding a resident's tank broke in their bathroom and infiltrated some other units, okay? So he was up till 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. So everybody's been working real hard here. So thank you very, very much. And we'll continue to do this. We're going to continue doing a lot of things that we've been doing already, but I'll go into that again in a second. I want to get into another subject. I'm not going to get into, it's a personal opinion subject, okay? Some of you may agree with me and some of you may disagree. Personal opinion is that there are what's called the believers and the non-believers, okay? The believers are the people that believe this is a very serious problem that's going on health-wise. I happen to be one of them, by the way. And there's the non-believers that actually made comments to me like, oh, this is nothing but a bad cold or the flu. So I don't agree on that, okay? I don't agree on that because I have, unfortunately, now I know several people that have passed on from the COVID-19, and to be honest with you, the only person I don't know anybody that's died from the flu in the last 75 or 100 years. So I don't believe that. Okay. I also believe. Let me tell you about some of the masks. Okay. We have a sign up that says, "Please wear a mask." Please wear a mask in the elevators and common areas. Okay. I have seen personally some people take the elevators without wearing a mask. Personally, I think that's very unneighborly. Forget about the health risks. If you're a non-believer and you feel that this is, over-exaggerated, whatever, at least respect your neighbors, okay? That's my opinion, okay? Put a mask on when you get in the elevator. Put a mask on when you're walking through the lobby. And if you don't believe in it, you're showing at least respect for your neighbor. So that's how I feel about it. And I want you to know that. And when I say want you to know, I want the unit owners to know that. That's really our stance. That's the board stance. That's why we put these signs up. Better safe than sorry, okay? We're not asking that much. Some of the employees at times, you may see some of them, okay, not wearing a mask, okay? Maybe there's more to that story than simply just, dismiss it like so-and-so has a lot of nerve not wearing a mask, okay? And I know it's upsetting, and I know some people how they feel about it, but again, I'm not sticking up for anybody. I'm just telling you the facts. Some of these guys are wearing masks for, like I just said a few minutes ago, 16 hours a day. some of them even for 8 hours a day. They just feel they have to periodically take off the mask, okay, to catch a breather, okay? Some of them, several of them, okay, have come up with medical reasons why they can't wear a mask 8 hours a day, breathing situations, whatever. Again, I can't get into that. So some of the residents are upset that they see a few of the employees working here without masks. I want to let you know, I understand you being upset, but I guess you have to just try to understand the best you can. Me personally, I guess all I can give, my only advice is, stay away from that person. What else can I say? So we're very, very conscious. And I'm bringing this up because we're conscious of what's going on here. And I know what some of the complaints are. And I know a lot of people have been, overall, like I said, very complimentary of the way things are going on here. And I don't want to get into anything negative. But I'm answering as many questions as I can now, because if we had a board of directors meeting, I can assure you somebody would come up and ask me that question, okay? I would assure you that somebody would come up and say they saw some people in the elevator without a mask on, and there's really nothing we could do. All we could do is request, please wear a mask to a neighbor of ours or a resident, okay? So that's that. I have a lot of notes here. I'm going to go through as much as we can of where the building's going and what some of our plans are. For example, we were supposed to resurface the tennis court. We were supposed to resurface the all-purpose court. We were supposed to put new padding down by the swings, okay? That was all put off because a lot of things are going to start developing on the 6th of June when the governor comes back and starts telling us and starts relaxing some of the things that have happened, okay? Also, some of the contractors that we've contracted to do some of this work weren't doing it because it wasn't considered essential contracting work or construction work. So we're going to find out a lot more in the next couple of weeks what we can and cannot do. That's another reason I'm meeting with the board to see if they want to continue to resurface the tennis court this summer, do the all-purpose court, and do some other stuff, or would they rather prefer to put it off until, the fall sometime. So that's something we'll be discussing. And, of course, we have to discuss that with the contractors as well, of whether they're so backed up they could even still do it. By the way, doing the tennis court was only a tops 3-day job, okay? By the time they took the top of the surface off, resurfaced it, painted it, etc., it wasn't going to be a very lengthy thing. It wasn't going to be several months. So if we did do the tennis court sometime in June, hypothetically, it would only be closed for tops maybe 3 days, and that goes for some of the other stuff. Regarding the pool, we filled the pool. Some people were very excited and said, oh my God, this is fantastic. We're going to have the pool. No, that's not the way it really works. Again, we're waiting to June 6th to see what the governor says regarding that as well. We've been in contact with the health department, Bergen County Health Department. They advised us that the rule states you have to fill your pool 4 weeks in advance to opening it up, okay? So that's one of the reasons we filled the pool up. We have been treating it with chemicals, etc. There have been no action taking and when we could do it, how we could do it. The CDC has certain guidelines regarding opening the pool, which would be almost impossible to follow the guidelines at this particular point. So we're waiting for more information on that. And, it's going to come down to, personally speaking, I think the pool is going to be a little bit on the dangerous side health-wise, and I'm sure there's some people that disagree with me regarding that, but that's neither here or there. I think that to a certain point, my real belief is you have to take, certain responsibility for yourself as well. So if and when the pool opens up, I think that people are going to have to take, make their own decision whether or not they feel it's safe or unsafe, whatever it may be. So we'll do the best we could do. That's why I'm saying please listen to the end of my announcement on this video because there's a lot of information. The bagel brunch obviously is not going to take place like it normally does. We can't have a bagel brunch for 2 reasons. Health reasons is the number one reason, of course, and we're a little bit, in the dark here of how many people would even attend the bagel brunch. So it could become a little bit complicated on how many bagels to order, what we're doing. So we're going to put that off, and hopefully we will have our end of the season bagel brunch. The barbecue, Dancing Under the Stars, again, is still on at this particular point, and we'll have to play that by ear to see again, what develops, what happens. The state is starting to open up, whether it's the shore areas or golf courses or parks, et cetera. So I think in the next 2-3 weeks, we're going to find out a lot more about how things are going to go in the future, meaning the spread, et cetera, because more people are in contact with each other now. But our number one concern in the building is, our concern is definitely safety and health. There's no question about it. We're going to be very careful, and we're still going to continue to give you a little bit more about the construction. And I know I'm speaking kind of fast here, so to keep your interest in watching this video, we're going to start contractors again a week from Tuesday. That's the day after Labor Day. What we're going to do with, there's 3 units here that completely have been demoed, okay, because they were complete renovations where people cannot live in their condos because they have no kitchens, no bathrooms. We're going to allow them to start putting their condos together. We also have one unit, I believe they're a couple days away from finishing it, so we're going to let them finish that off. As far as people wanting to upgrade their bathrooms, kitchens, new flooring, etc., again, we're going to wait on that till the 6th of June when the governor makes his speech, and we'll ease that in the near future. But we're going to have people that is absolutely necessary for them to be able to live in their apartment, okay, to go ahead and start doing some of this stuff a week from this Tuesday, okay. We're going to make a decision on some other things. We are going to continue to deliver your packages for the near future. Give you a little bit more information on that, which may or may not surprise you. 2 to 250 unit owners a day come downstairs to pick up a package, okay? That's a tremendous number. What we're doing by that is we're keeping 2 to 250 unit owners away from our security guards, our back doormen, etc. Okay, we're also keeping somebody out of an elevator if they got a card, went upstairs and came back down. Whatever, we keep some of these people out of an elevator 3 to 4 times a day. Okay, so you could wind up having somebody in the elevator picking up a package 700-800 times a day. So we're going to temporarily do that. The guys that work here, maintenance men, everybody chips in. Maintenance men, security guards, doorman, porters, everybody chips in and delivers the packages. It's been explained to them, and they've been very cooperative, by the way. It's really been very, very nice of them. This is not only good for the unit owners, not to expose themselves to get in elevators all day, but it's good for the workers, too. The back doorman and some of the security guys that work back there don't need to see 250 unit owners. It's 250 residents, I should really say, a day, and encounter them giving them packages. So we're going to continue doing that for the short term. We're going to the valet is going to be open from 10 to 2 every day to pick up and deliver, for pickup and cleaning services, etc., and assist our men to putting the packages together to be delivered. So once again, I believe it starts Monday tomorrow, where you'll be able to bring your cleaning back down there again. We were going to do some other stuff downstairs, as I'm sure you're aware of. They were going to really beautify the downstairs, and they were they were going to institute the pedicures, manicures, stuff like that. So this whole episode has really hurt their business, and I feel kind of bad for the people that rent the space down there, because it was rented with that in mind. So again, I'm sure that's on hold at this particular time, and we'll see down the road how that works out. The hallway renovation, I'm sure that's another big question people have. We were just about to meet one of our finalists, one of the companies that we were kind of leaning towards, right before this whole thing started. And then we put it off, and then we were going to do a virtual thing where we could take a look at some of the stuff they had online. And believe it or not, there's 2 partners that own this particular company, and one of them's father passed away from COVID-19. So that kind of put a little, obviously, setback to the interior decorators we were going to use. So that's a major decision we have right now. We could go ahead and probably try to schedule this for like September at this particular point, or maybe October. But then we have to consider that there's been different scientists that are saying that this may come back in the fall and may come back pretty badly. So we're going to wait and see what happens over the summer with that. We're not trying to put this off. Financially, we're in obviously better shape than we were even when we contemplated this, because we put away a lot of money every month. But we certainly don't want to be in a position where we have the carpeting whipped out of here in August or September, and then all of a sudden something happens and they decide to shut down the state again, and we'll wind up with no carpeting in our hallways and walls missing and fixtures, etc. So we're going to play this a little bit, see what's going on over the next few weeks. I'll be speaking to you again. I'm planning on right after the governor speaks, and somewhere around the 10th, 12th of June, we'll get back together and I'll do another quick video to give you some updates of what's going on. Let me just give you some other stuff that we should be talking about. Okay. Last time I asked on the video, I said if there's anybody, I was pleasantly surprised by this too. It's pretty good news. I asked if anybody would volunteer. There's some people in the building that may need somebody to do some shopping for them, and I think I mentioned in the last video a couple of people volunteered. And in my last video, I asked if there's anybody else that would like to volunteer, and I was shocked. We had 20 unit owners volunteer to buy food for people, so that's a beautiful thing. That's, again, very, very nice, good, very neighborly, very considerate. I want to thank those people. It's very, very nice of you, okay? Going on, okay, the next subject that's a very touchy subject with certain people in the building, and that's the Palisadium, okay? Excuse me. I believe on June 10th we're going to mediation. The Palisadium, and again, I want to emphasize this word, the Palisadium sued 200 and 300 for more money per month. We went to court, and the judge dismissed the case because he believed that that's not the way our contract read, okay? In the meantime, let me give you some of the gory details here. I don't know if I went through this last time. Meantime, we're somewhere around the neighborhood of $15,000 in legal fees there. I've always prided myself and prided our board members that we've kept the legal fees down very, very low here in the last, 10 years, okay? And I really hate wasting money, but this is going to become quite intriguing. If we're up to $15,000 now, we're going to mediation on the 10th of June. We have to, okay, unit owners, we have to put up a $5,000 retainer. And we go down and we sit in front of a judge, a retired judge, and we discuss things. And the Palisadium, if anybody knows about the Palisadium, and the people that go there on a regular basis, or the people that know anything about the Palisadium, they've been trying to get out of this deal or try to make this deal different for many years now. This is nothing new, okay? And I've said before, and I'll say it again right now, it would make my life a lot easier. It would make all of our lives easier to just continue on with them, for them to honor the deal that we have with them, because we're honoring the deal, and to continue on moving forward. But the Palisadium has made this fairly difficult over these years. For whatever reason, I really don't know, because if I had a business and had built-in buildings and built-in cash flow, I would welcome it. So what their end game is, or what their real motive is, I really don't know. I really don't understand it, but we're going to go to this mediation with an open mind, and I really feel that the Palisadium wants to get out of this deal, and I want you to know again, I said this last time and I say it again, the board of directors, for example, if the Palisadium does not want to operate their place any longer, and has made us some verbal offers, by the way, to give us money to build our own gym, etc., the board of directors does not have the power, okay, to accept that money. Only the unit owners could accept the money. We would need 75% of the unit owners to vote on something like that, which I think would be very, very difficult, by the way. But let's see what they have to say. But I want to tell you people up front, I've been warning the board, okay, and I've been warning individual people that use the Palisadium for many years now that this day was coming, okay? The Palisadium has been fairly uncooperative with us for a long time. I have worked very, very hard to keep a nice relationship with them, and basically we haven't gotten into the stone throwing and the name calling that 200's got in with them regarding. and basically got nothing. And they, from what I hear, spent approximately $150,000 in legal fees, something we didn't do. So keep an open mind. We're going to do the best job we can. And I emphasize one more time, this is not up to me or the board of directors. This is up to you, the unit owners, okay? We pay the Power Stadium over $40 a unit here per month. Doesn't sound like a lot of money, but you're talking about $500 a year, which if you're one unit owner that uses it, okay, you're getting a decent deal. I mean, I don't think it's a fabulous place, but it's okay. And if you don't use it at all, it's not a very good deal. So we'll see. We'll get into that again. That's why we're going to get back out here on the 10th of June to further discuss this. Let me go through a few other things that I just want to go over. The trash compactor. I went through this about 6 months ago, 8 months ago. Last week, somebody threw pillows down the contractor. So every time you go to the compactor room and it's closed, please do me a favor. Don't say immediately, oh my God, this is horrible. Why does this thing keep breaking? What is it? You know, maintenance, don't they know what they're doing? Doesn't management? It's not that, okay? The compactor usually breaks because somebody breaks it. Last week, somebody threw down their sofa pillows down the compactor chute. That jams up the whole machine. It puts the machine out of order for several hours, and you got 2 or 3 men down there pulling this stuff out. Very, very, very inconsiderate, really not thinking very clearly. That's my opinion. I believe a week or two before that, somebody threw hundreds of VHSs, okay, those VHS tapes you used to watch movies on, etc., threw them down the chute, clogged up the whole compactor. Total disaster, okay? The compactor is for garbage, okay? Everything is labeled very clearly in the compactor room, bulky items, newspapers, etc. Please follow that because somebody else threw down thousands of papers. This has all gone on in the last 2 weeks. Amazing. Somebody threw thousands of papers down the chute. That also jammed up the compactor. So please be a little considerate. Please pay attention, okay? If you see any of your neighbors doing that, please remind them of what you're supposed to throw down the compactor room, okay? Spectrum billing, okay? We had a few issues in the last couple of days. The issues were, and I had this issue myself about 2 or 3 months ago. They don't give people DVR deals on bulk deals, okay? We have a very unusual deal. We have a 7-year DVR deal. Usually the deals they give you is a 1-year promotional deal. So when some people are getting bills for whatever reason, they're charging them $12.95. My recommendation to you is we have a deal. You have to call them up, tell them that you have a bulk deal, okay? Give them your address and all the information, of course, and that will be rectified on your bill, okay? If that doesn't work, then I do recommend you call management. We'll take care of it for you, okay? Everybody's bill, nobody's bill should be going up. So I just want to give you a tip on that one as well. Homeowners insurance, okay? I'm trying to go through everything. I'm making believe I'm at a real open meeting right now. We had a situation, believe it or not, it was almost exactly a week ago. Somebody's toilet tank broke, okay? It was splattered, okay? We won't go through the gory details of it. Some people know what they are, but I'm not going to go into that on this particular tape. The tank breaks. When your toilet tank breaks, your toilet tank thinks that it needs water. It needs to refill your toilet, okay? So it just keeps filling up. The water just keeps flowing. So that's a situation I mentioned before. Chris Murphy was up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning last Saturday night, running around, repairing this, stopping water from going into other units, etc. One of the unit owners questioned that, we should make every unit owner have insurance. I want to go through that real quick too, by the way, okay? It's impossible to police 676 units here, okay? And you would have to hire a full-time person that would do nothing all day but call insurance companies. It can't be done. Insurance is for your benefit, okay? If you don't have insurance and you flood your own apartment, or you have some problem in your own apartment, you're going to pay the penalty. If you damage other people's apartments, most people do have insurance here. Their insurance company is going to wind up suing you personally, okay? I highly recommend, okay, that you get insurance. If you don't get it, you're only hurting yourself, I'm telling you. We do police and we do watch, okay, renter's insurance. We make every renter in the building, and when they come here, they supply us with renter's insurance. But if we have every unit owner here get insurance, and some people pay semi-annually, some people pay quarterly, and some people pay monthly, okay, it would be impossible for this building to police people that didn't, if you didn't pay your insurance on June 1st, okay, we may not even find out, if we even found out till mid to late June or something. So it's impossible to police, and we're not going to start spending $100,000+ a year, maybe two people just to watch everybody's insurance. So we encourage you to have insurance. Our particular policy here, I'm sure many of you know this already, has a $50,000 deductible. So most of the damage in this building is way under that particular fee. Okay, so please have insurance, and please again, protect yourself. Forget about your neighbors. Protect yourself. Okay. I mentioned the valet. I just want to mention some other stuff here before I move in here. One of the things that we're going to probably do, again, when I meet with the board, is we're not going to allow, if the pool opens up this summer, and I'm pretty sure the pool will probably open up, we're not going to allow guests this summer. We're going to minimize the pool to residents only. Under the circumstances that are going on now, okay? There's also going to be certain things that we'll be getting from our legal department. You'll be hearing from our lawyer that you'll be hearing about more in the next couple of weeks. People are going to have to sign disclaimers and stuff like that when you go to the pool, use the community room and things like that. There's a lot of legality stuff getting involved with the COVID-19 as well. So we'll go into that a little further as time goes on as well. Let me just take a look at this here. No visitors at the pool. We discussed that. The Palisadium. Let me see here. Okay. Okay. So anyway, I think I just about covered everything. I'm trying to tell you that, like I say, we'll continue delivering the packages. And the last thing is this, okay? We're going to do everything we can to make people as safe as they could be possibly in this building, okay? We're going to continue doing that. I hope you continue to, support us the way you have. And again, I want to thank you before we go. So once again, thank you, everybody. Stay healthy, stay safe, okay? We're there for you. Please, I urge you, if you have any concerns or anything, get in touch with us. We'll do whatever we can to make you happy. Enjoy your Memorial Day. Thank you. One last thing before I leave. I always forget something, and this is very, very, very important. This is the reason I said to please watch to the end. So I hope most people still tuned in. I'm very, very proud to say this. I'll give you more details again in 4 more weeks. And the reason I say that is because the board has to vote on it, which I'm 100% sure we will vote on it. Myself, along with Chris Murphy, put some work into getting what I call to be a substantial windfall for the building financially. I'll give you some more details about this in 3-4 more weeks, but it's tremendous, okay? It's going to be tremendous for the unit owners, really help us a lot down the road financially. So tune in for that on the 10th. I'll give you more details on that, but I'm sure you'll be very, very surprised. Again, stay safe. Thank you so much. As I promise you, I won't come back again until 3-4 weeks. Bye-bye.